Security Guide.
Welcome to the Security Guide podcast, where safety meets strategy. I'm your host, Rafee Moosagie, and each week we dive deep in some security matters. Today, guys, I thought I'd change it up a little bit. We decided, me and my team, we decided that we are going to give the big picture of the stats of SAPs, of the safety, the security, and basically what does the stats look like in the crime in South Africa. So I will touch a little bit. It's generally our report is from 2021 to about 2025. So it's basically giving you stats over the different periods of the time. So basically it ends off now at March 2025. So guys, it's quite interesting. So how this is going to work, I'm going to talk a little bit about South Africa as a whole. Then I'm going to talk about my city, a little bit my province, Western Cape, Western Province, Cape Town, and then I'm going to go to Johannesburg and just compare what is up is down and what's down. So I think there's certain crimes that's down in, like for instance, the kidnapping, it's down in Western Cape, but it's up actually in Johannesburg. So those are the certain stats are fluctuating in the different provinces. So yeah, guys. So what's trending? Let's look at the murder cases. It's actually down by 12.4%, by 809 cases. So basically, the murder rate is coming down from the previous quarter, which is a good thing. And a robbery, with aggressive circumstances, it's decreasing. It decreased by 10.4%. I'm talking about South Africa. So that is 3,677 cases. Great work, SAPs and the security companies. What about carjacking? Also down, guys. It's a decrease by 15.1%. Amazing work. And burglary, that's also down. It's a steady decline, guys. 7.6% in the first quarter of 2025. Theft of motor vehicles is also down, guys. So your conventional crime that we grew up with, as you can see, things are happening. SAPs are doing their job in certain parts of the country, and I think security, and I just think security companies, and I just think that with all the technology out there, the AI, the armed response, the men and women out there, the neighborhood watchers that's mobilizing and trying to fix crime and trying to protect the communities from crime. As you can see the impact. So let's move to a little bit of a different type of crime with the sexual offenders. Now, guys, this number over here doesn't look too good because it's sort of stagnating. I don't know, sexual offenders, it just seems like it's just something that we just can't drop, because it's a very hard crime to catch, because the predators, they're like cowards. They hang around in the bushes. They will stay at home. Sometimes it's a predator on children, innocent children. So this offense, it just seems like we have to work a lot harder. So it's not so open up in the eye. Then it's your rape. Obviously, it's hand in hand. It's obviously it's almost unchanged from. Let's just give you for the figure for Q1, it's 10,688 rape cases, guys. So that means from the 1st of this year of January till the end of March, there was 10,000 rape cases, and now we're looking at of Q1 of 2024, it's the same. It was 10,652. It's not many. It's a 0.3 increase. So yes, this I feel for our females, our domestic violence, and the people that are out there that's always subjected to this heinous crimes. And us as South Africans, I think we should obviously look to be more security conscious, to protect yourself, those that can obviously go for self-defense classes, those that can acquire a gun, those that can obviously speak to people that, routes that you're going home with. If you're taking an Uber, send yourself. There's a link on there that you can tell a friend to check your trip and inform somebody when you're coming home and when you're leaving. Or if easy way, just send a live track location of WhatsApp. Tell them, track me if you haven't heard from me. Guys, we need to become security conscious. This is South Africa. It's a beautiful country, but crime is there. It's always been there because of poverty and corrupt politicians and all these different type of things. That's why crime is thriving in South Africa. But there is good news, guys. We are beating it, and I think we should have a positive attitude. Those that are actually going to go out there and fight against crime. So yeah. So then let's move to a different type of element that is facing our society. It's drugs, guys. Now, drugs, as you know, that the colored communities and the certain of the African communities, and if I think drugs is all over. It's just that here in the Cape Flats, and it's obviously gang related, the drug crimes. And obviously here, as you can see, the drug related crimes it's actually increased. It went up 15.2%. So that means 692 cases. It's actually up in 2025 since the last 4 years. So it's steadily going up, guys. The next one, guys. This one, have you heard the campaign? I think when I was a little boy, that campaign says, "Arrive alive," guys. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Please, drinking and driving is a total no-go, guys. But what's happening, South Africans? We up here 15.2%. There's cases of 2,057 cases registered for people driving under the influence of alcohol. I do understand that some people want to drink. That's purely up to you. But when you decide getting behind a wheel, guys, that means you're not endangering yourself. You are endangering other people around you. You're endangering other people around you. That is basically lives that you can harm. And how many cases have you found out that people haven't arrived alive because they're under the influence of alcohol? So please, guys, make sure if you guys are going to be under the influence of alcohol, do not drive. Book a Uber or have a friend out there that you can that can take you home, because it's unacceptable that there is 2,057 cases of registered. Then sexual offenders detected by police action. So this is basically the police uncovered this. So basically it's child pornography, and it's basically trafficking, operational of trafficking. I don't know if you saw that case of that Chinese people that they were trafficking people, that they sentenced them all for 20 years. That was more of, labor trafficking. But so I'm just thinking it is prevalent, and it's basically up by 20.4%. So as you can see, we are winning on some battles. As you can see, the house break-ins and the murder rates has come down. The robberies has come down. The carjacking has come down. The theft of motor vehicles has come down. But the sexual offenders, that stayed the same. As you can see, the rape, and then the drug related stuff is up on the rise, guys, and the alcohol. So yeah, and then obviously we move to our next segment, which I think in this last few years has increased dramatically, and this is called the kidnapping. This crime, guys, I think anybody it's children are being abducted. As you can see in the news, you can see that high profile people are being kidnapped. Hence why, we strongly are in the business of actually training and educating the market about, the CPOs and getting yourself armed and basically protecting yourself, being vigilant, having a security company. This is, how to protect yourself from being kidnapped. So it is actually a crime that is on the increase. As you can see, I will give you the further stats this is now for South Africa, it's up by 6.8%. So I do feel that it is something that we should worry about, but there are people that are being recovered once the ransom is being paid. And sometimes I've heard of cases that they are catching the kingpins of the kidnappers, and I can tell you the end result is not nice. They are, they getting an early retirement to their next life. A lot of these guys that are deciding that they want to take to go into that business of charging ransom for kidnapping people. The next crime, guys, it's your commercial crime. This has risen sharply. It's basically up now by 4.7%. So yeah, so this is your, I would say your AI, all your scams. When you're getting this, open up this email, like you always see FNB is telling you alerts. Please don't open up the link. Don't give your emails or your passwords. I'm going to give you a good story. I was, when I was at this one attorney, we were busy purchasing a property. So he told me that before you actually pay, because I was, we were busy buying the property, and then he said, here's the details. Can you first make a test run? So I had to ask him, like, why just pay 100 Rand? And then once my accounts department tell you that we received the 100 Rand, then you pay the money for whatever the property is worth. So then he told me, so I told him, like, where did you get this from? Like, how come? He says that there was a deal that he was dealing with. I don't know if it was his company, his attorney's company, but what happened was there was a property worth 5 million Rand. So the attorneys sent an email over to the seller's account. So when the attorney sent the email over to buy to pay for the property, the hackers intercepted the email from the attorney's account. So they sent it over, and they hacked the email, and then they sent a new invoice over to the buyer. The buyer, seeing it's coming from an email, seeing the invoice, saw the bank account details, but obviously it was already changed. They paid the 5 million over, and the buyer thought, well, I paid the 5 million over, and just wait, everything is fine. And then a few days later, they're asking what's happening. The seller said, we're still waiting for the money. The buyer said, I've already paid the money. They said, let's see. And then they eventually investigated, and they found out that the 5 million Rand was paid into this the scammers' accounts. Gone. There was attorneys and there was legal battles. I don't know if they actually won the case, but guys, always be watching out for the cybercrime and all these different types of crimes that are happening in our industry. All right, guys, let's look at the big picture of Western Cape. At the moment, it looks like we're on a decrease, obviously, of the community reporting serious crimes, 4.8. So we're on a bit of a decrease there, and sharpening crime detective through police actions, which rose about 20.1% indicators. So yes, so certain data is favorable, certain data is not favorable. So let's go to let's go to the line items of. So contact crime overall is down by 2.7%. So that means the attempted murders has dropped. Armed robberies has dropped by 6.2%, guys. That's a good thing. The murder has decreased by 4%. That's good. And then the crime The property crime has dropped by 13%. Excellent, guys. Keep up the good work. That shows that for me, the community initiative is working. You know, the SAPs is working, the security. The people are being more security conscious. So it's clearly showing over there that people are taking their safety seriously. The crimes that used to happen before, it's getting a lot harder because of the WhatsApp groups, because of all the different sort of technologies that we have now, and all the AIs and the cameras that's all put around the country and especially the city. So people are more security conscious. So that's a good thing. It shows in the stats, guys, and that makes me feel, it brings joy to the heart that we are winning on certain fronts. But guys, let's move to a different, the drugs and guns. Unfortunately, that one there has increased by 21%. That is a huge amount, guys. It's mean extra 4,174 cases. It's increased drug-related crimes. That's a steady upward prediction, a steady upwards of a climb from 2021. So, guys, it shows you that the drugs is just something that it's an ongoing thing. It's a life battle. And that's why I have no mercy for any politician or any government official or anybody that's involved in the administrative of drugs, because they are not doing any justice to our society. I mean, it's just causing a lot of chaos in our societies. And we here as South Africans, we want to live in a drug-free society. We want to live in a gang-free society, and we have a better society for our youth. Because you remember, our future leaders are the young people from today. So we might think today, in another 20 years, they are going to be the leaders. And what generation and what legacy are we leaving for them if we're going to leave them full of drugs, and the people that is in power is allowing this? So I'm grateful for what's happening now in this inquiry, and hopefully something can happen there, and hopefully this number can go down. I pray to the Almighty that that does happen. Then, guys, this goes hand in hand. Obviously, the illegal possessions of firearms and ammunitions, because with drugs comes firearms and ammunition, because that is basically to keep power. You need illegal firearms and ammunition to basically keep your people in power. So that is obviously something that we need to that is increased by 31%. So that means it's obviously, as you can see now in the news, what happened in the last month in Kraaifontein and all over. This is all related, illegal firearms. So obviously that's not this case, because this is obviously from it ended now in March, the stats. So we will do the stats again. And then obviously again, guys, driving under the influence, 7.8%. Come on, guys, man. I mean, like how, what type of person gets into a car behind the wheel, know you under the influence, this is a national road, there are innocent people in there. What sort of sympathy or type of conscience do you have that you decide that you want to get in the car and drive under the influence? I mean, it's unacceptable. So I think that's also up on the increase. And then obviously your police, your total police action crime, it's 21%. It's cases, so it's obviously it increased by 4,558. Then, guys, let's move to your sexual offenders. That is overall down. So that means the people in the Western Cape seems like it's down, guys. That's interesting. Western Cape, guys, down 3.3%. Interesting, eh? You didn't see that one. So it has decreased. However, the sexual assault, guys, this one has increased by 3.8. So on the one end, the sexual offenders down, but the sexual assault up. Bittersweet, eh? So overall, I would say that it's still there. The gender-based violence is still a big thing, and hats out to all the NGOs and the community forums and the mothers out there that are making a difference out there. I've seen some of you guys and the work that you are doing. You are the national heroes. I mean, to protect the vulnerable. I mean, these perpetrators, they have no feeling. They just do how they feel, and they expect nothing to happen. And I'm not condoning that when these people get caught, they get burnt with the tires. They put on with him. I'm sure you've all seen it. This is because people are tired of the stats. You can't expect uh, perpetrators doing this to our mothers, our sisters, our children, and South Africans and community members and religious leaders are just going to leave it like that. It's not the way. We're not barbarians. We are civilized nation. So yeah, so guys, and then let's move on to the crime, the overall commercial crime. Commercial crime rose by 7.5%. Remember, guys, the fraud and all this type of things that are doing the white collar crime, the people that are certain people that will come in your organization and they will defraud you from your monies. I mean, we've all been victims of this. We know people that, they wolf in sheepskin. They will tell you good things, but they big con artists. There's so much of these people. I mean, I know people close to me that paid other people monies into their accounts thinking that they're going to buy a house, and they lost a few millions, half a million, or whatever the case is. So there's always people out there to con the next person. So guys, remember, there is no such thing as this get rich quick scheme. It takes hard work. You have to start at the back of the line in order to get to the top, to the front of the line. If you are not willing to get up, be disciplined. When you are early in the morning, that first golden hour, you focus on your highest priority. You connect with your creator, like myself, and obviously the Muslims, we connect with Allah, Fajr Salah, going to mosque, and the benefits of that, or whatever your spiritual journey is. Connect with that, or read something that is inspirational. And then the next hour, focus on your highest priorities. Mention 3 things that you're going to do for the day and visualize it done, and then make sure you work towards it. If you can do that, planning on your golden hours, within 5 years, you will not be in the same position. But what most South Africans do, they get up, they're miserable, they go, they start scrolling, they start complaining, and then they start being in a negative mindset. Oh my word, I have to go to work, I have to do this. Imagine doing that every day. How are you going to change your outcome? How are you going to get yourself out of this? So my thing is, start with an individual, start with yourself. Make the change within yourself. And I think that we as South Africans can collectively beat the crimes and the criminals. And I watched but I'll say that at the end of the conversation, or end of the podcast. Let's move on to the residential break-ins. So that is down by 35%. So that is great, guys. So that means we are doing a great job of our armed response units. Basically our neighborhood watches are doing a great job. So that means criminals are not willing to just break in your house that easily. I'm not saying all areas, but this is the statistics overall. It's down. It's not like before. So hats out to all the police officers, all the neighborhood watchers, all the security companies, all the armed response, all the brave men and women out there that has been protecting your areas. I know there's a few areas in Johannesburg like Roshini and a few of these other areas. They put fence around the whole community, and they gated them off only in and out. So I know the community members are really doing a fantastic job. And then This is interesting. It says trio crimes. It's complex robberies at business premises. So this is like your, when the guys coming in the complexes and they're robbing the people at the business premises, that is also down. Great stuff, guys. Keep it up. So then this one here I'm very proud of because in Western Cape, kidnapping is decreased. Yes, I've said that right. It decreased it by 19.1%. That means it's 53 cases dropped from 278 in 2024 to 225 kidnappings in 2025. So it has dropped by 53 cases, guys. Keep up the good work. I know everybody's going to want to take credit for this. We know I'm sure the politicians and the mayors and all the good people will say that, yes, it's our province, it works, but I don't know exactly what the reason is. I'm just giving you the stats over here. I'm just, yes, so let's go to the graph, guys. Murders down 40%. Sexual offenders, it's improving by 3.3%. Carjacking, it's improving, meaning it's down by 23%. Kidnapping, it's down. The only thing, guys, it's worsening, it's your commercial crime, guys. I told you the commercial crime is the financial crime, guys. Don't be fooled by these get-rich-quick schemes. Drug-related. This one here, it's always been close to my heart. It's because I just feel that, a drug-related, it doesn't only affect one person. It affects the whole family. It just affects everybody. If you have somebody that's involved in drugs, you can't trust him, and then he steals, and then he basically gets involved in gangsterism, and then he has to go to rehab if he wants to change. It's a whole, so much families have lost everything. People and kids that have inherited empires has lost everything to drugs, guys. So this is something that the South Africa really has to do. I don't know if if anybody has, I think you should Google the president of El Salvador. I think they'll put if anybody don't know the country of El Salvador, I can't get to the president's name, but what he did was he built the largest open air prison where it hosted 40,000, I think it's almost 40,000 or I don't know, massive amount. It'll put it up on the screen. You'll see these guys, once you get into this prison, you never get out. So what they did was they got the military involved, they got the people involved, and once they arrested the gangsters, they don't sit trial, they go immediately, and then they go straight to prison. So I know there was a big justice thing, but how they are now the most safest country. So things can change. It has to come from the politicians. It has to come from the governments that are not bought over by the people that are doing this wrong. And that's the way it can drop. So and then burglary has improved. Robberies has improved. This assault obviously has worsened, and illegal firearms. Like I told you, that all goes hand in hand with the drug-related issues. All right, guys. So I'm sure you got the framework now. So I'm not going to spend too much time, but I'm going to just end off with Gauteng, and the way Gauteng is actually on the graph of crime. So obviously, overall crime, the murder rate is down by 10.8%. The assault is down, good thing, by 11.6%. And the armed robbery is down by 8.9%. Great stuff, guys. So that means crime is dropping. Certain crime is dropping in Gauteng. Normally they say it's the hub of South Africa where all the crime is happening. But as you can see, the stats is showing that it is dropping. The burglary is down of residential and non-residential, which is 12.7 and 14.3%. Great stuff, guys. But here, unfortunately, because of prosperity, guys, the kidnapping is up. It's up by 15.8%. So, guys, in Johannesburg, so the number has more than quadrupled since 2021. As you can see, so it's up from 524 to 2,414 cases, guys. That is 4 times the amount. So people from Gauteng, and I would say all over in South Africa, please be vigilant. These people are out there to get an easy win, and they are out there to basically get in and out. But the crime, South Africa is fighting against it. Syndicates are being broken down. But this is the stats. We will then wait out. We'll wait for the new stats to come out in the new quarter. So that is something to be wary of. The commercial crime also on the increase. It's by 7% up in 2025. So yeah, and then the shoplifting. So guys, I see it's decreased. So I don't know. It's probably the AI and the security and the people that's doing a good job, because obviously shoplifting that's due to security. So yes, so that is important. And then here, guys, the next thing, driving under the influence. For Johannesburg, it's up 19%. Guys, love the alcohol. Drug-related crimes up 10.3%. So that is, and police action crimes 11.4%. As you can see, this is on the up. And then the non-residential premises, it's down by 25%, and complex trio business is down by 9.1%. So guys, as you can see, that is an overall of Johannesburg. Certain stuff is worsening. It's quite a bit of things worsening. I think the only thing that's actually improving in Johannesburg, it's the murder rate is improving, the robbery is improving, the burglary and the assault is improving. Yes, the other stuff, it's all like kidnapping and the rest of the stuff, it's worsening. So guys, the next segment, I just want to give you certain stats, like of certain police stations. You know, so this is a stat that is the 17 community reported serious crimes. So which one is the number one district in South Africa, which, as you can see, there will be a diagram on there. The number one most reported crimes, it is the city of Cape Town district, Western Cape. As you can see, there's 3,102 crimes that has been reported for that first quarter of the financial year, compared to 3,322. So it's basically, it's a drop of 220. So it's actually, it's got a bit better, as you can see. So yeah, but it's the number one. Like, as you can see, they are getting better. Then it's Durban Central would be number 2. I'll just give you a quick stat there. So it's improved by 163 less cases. So that means in January 2024 to March, it was 2,270 cases. Now in January 2025 to March 2025, it's 2,440. So that means it is down by 163. So Durban, you guys are, and Cape Town district, you guys are really pushing the cases down. And then some big improvements I can see in the 300s. There's one here, number 13. Also, I see all the Joburg Central, it dropped by 389 cases from the previous. So that's good. But wow, I see here, this looks like cases that increased up is number 5. That means Chatsworth, Durban, guys, KZN, numbers are moving up there, eh? 197 cases, more cases you guys are having there in Chatsworth. I don't know what's happening there in Chatsworth. Maybe the guys can tell us. So guys, interesting things. If you want to go check it out, you can then Google the stats of the SAPS we'll have a link here. You guys can check it out. It's very interesting. It's, you need to know in your community, is crime increasing, decreasing, so you can get a feel, not just, everybody is so negative, and, you must know stats is very important. Now, this is a different one. I'm going to give you a different stat. So this is the crime detected as a result of police action. So what I get from this is what did the police intervention. Let's see how that is. Number one is Mitchell's Plain. Wow, guys, you guys are on number one. It's nice to know you are actually doing a lot here. So you have improved by 31%. Well done, Mitchell's Plain. I like to see you on number one, eh? I must maybe get one of the station commanders and ask him, like, what is his secret thing that he's doing there, because I can see that the crime is dropped from 1,291 cases to no, it's actually to 1,692. So meaning that you guys are doing your work, you saw getting more cases done. So which is good. It's up. So that's good. And number two is Cape Town Central, Delft. Let's see. It's mainly then number 8 comes in as Johannesburg Central, guys. Let's see, Johannesburg Central. Yes, you did about 553 cases, and then 616 is in. So technically, the people that are doing the most cases from the police, that's working the most, is actually Cape Town, Mitchell's Plain, Cape Town Central, Delft, Kraaifontein, Hermanus, Lentegeur, Steenberg, Joburg Central, Khayelitsha, and Worcester. Those are your top 10. Crime is big in South Africa, so my message to South Africans is, obviously, I'm not saying live in a negative space, because it's also a beautiful country. There's so much. Cape Town and Table Mountain and Signal Hill, and it's such a beautiful place, nature and whatever, to go out there and explore, but also keep yourself security conscious. How much times have you heard people getting robbed up Lion's Head? You get these opportunities that's coming there with their guns early in the morning, or you're finding people in the cycling, the guys that are knocking out of your bikes. So make sure that you understand your deployment of your security. What if somebody's going to have a weapon or pepper spray, or, take that seriously and enjoy yourself. And the rest of it is, like we say as Muslims, we tie our camel and have faith in the Almighty. But by tying your camel, you're doing everything in your humanly capacity, and then have faith. It doesn't just go with having faith and you haven't prepared, because that's being delusional, guys. So my message to you and South Africans is, take your safety seriously. As you can see, I've read the stats out. Some of it was getting better, and some of it, it's not, it's deteriorating. So our message out there is to educate, help wherever we can, to make South Africa a better place, a safer place. Guys, that comes to the end of the episode. If you enjoyed the show, please like and subscribe and share with your friends. It means so much to us. And we would like to thank those that are messaging us, that are sending us love and sending us good messages. It really inspires us, and to make us do more videos and to basically serve you guys, and give us the motivation to actually go further on, because we're not doing this for any monetary gain. We are doing this to serve the community, and it's a responsibility, so we can leave a legacy that anybody that's listening to this can maybe alter their minds and alter their way of thinking in a better direction and empower people. Then we've done our job. So guys, my name is Rafee Moosagie, and you've been listening to the Security Guide podcast. Stay safe, stay hungry, and we'll see you soon. This is the Security Guide podcast.